Welcome back to Soft Skills That Make Work Work, brought to you by JEYPENT Company Limited, a management and consulting firm that's based in Nairobi, Kenya. Soft Skills That Make Work Work is part of an ongoing series we have as a company aimed at developing employability skills for young professionals just joining the marketplace, and also for experienced professionals who may be looking to pivot from one sector or one career to another. Employability skills focuses on the soft skills that make you relevant and better suited for any workplace, regardless of the context, regardless of the field or industry that you may be in. In the last two episodes, we focused on communication and teamwork and how these skills shape employability. You can catch this on our YouTube channel. Today, we'll be looking at adaptability and problem solving. These are skills that are also very, very important, especially with today's fast-changing workplaces. This episode is not necessarily a lecture or a formal training. These are just reflections on what we have seen and what we're experiencing in the field, working with organizations and their teams, and even the experience we have had with young professionals joining the workplace. So why adaptability and problem solving? Why does this matter? Workplaces are rarely predictable. Very few of the things and priorities in the workplace are like linear. So deadlines will shift sometimes, priorities will change. Sometimes we have unexpected challenges, and this could be triggered internally or even by the external environment. So employers value individuals who can adjust to new circumstances without losing focus, without losing, keeping the eye on the ball, but still flexible enough to adapt to the changing environment and circumstances. People who can identify problems quickly and also develop practical solutions even when there is pressure and even when maybe it's a new type of challenge. This is not something we have faced before. Having people on your team who are able to quickly identify this is going to be a challenge or this is a challenge and this is what we can do about it. Technical skills alone are not enough. Someone who adapts and solves problems effectively is often more valuable than someone who knows how to do everything but cannot adjust when things change. And we have quite a number of those, people who are very static and stuck in their way. It doesn't help much when we have a volatile environment in the workplace. Here are 4 practical strategies for adaptability and problem solving that you could consider in your journey in the professional space. The first one is stay calm and assess. Now, this is easier said than done, because when we are facing a crisis, human instinct is not to stay calm. Human instinct is to move and try to, maybe save yourself and save whatever it is you consider important to save. But being able to stay calm and assess the situation calmly makes a big difference. When a challenge arises, pause first and fully understand and appreciate the situation. So for example, if a client changes the scope of work suddenly, and perhaps you have already committed the teams, you probably don't have additional manpower you can put to that assignment. So instead of just panicking and maybe getting into a heated conversation with the client, it's important to analyze the new requirements, maybe clarify priorities, and then try now to work from there, because the first step in solving a problem is usually being able to clearly identify what is the problem and what is the challenge, what is the gap. If you are clear on that, then you could move to the next step, which is breaking down problems into manageable parts. Large problems can feel overwhelming, especially if you're talking about like a company context. You have one problem, but the ripple effect of it could touch on different departments and different angles of the business or the company. So being able to divide the problem into smaller solvable components really helps to even reduce the pressure in the team and on yourself. Sometimes you just discover there are things that you can do immediately, short-term wins, and then there are those that regardless of the kind of damage that the problem will cause, you cannot address them like today and tomorrow. It has to take time. Maybe systems change and it is gradual, and just having that clarity helps quite a bit, so that you are able to do what you can do and know what you can do in the medium term, and then even in the long term what can be done. If you are able to break that down and then break it down to your team and communicate it well, maybe assign roles, then there is usually a bit more calm and a sense of stability in the company or in the business. The third thing is being open to feedback and being open to new ideas. Flexibility requires humility. And this is so much so for people who are indeed experienced in their fields. Being able to change your perspective concerning something. When you have done something for over 20 years and it works, and then maybe something happens. Think technology right now and the disruption it's causing in the workplaces. Then we have a new thing, maybe a new innovation that could make processes easier and that could make what you do quite a bit easier, maybe even manageable, half your work even sometimes. Having the flexibility and open-mindedness to explore new ideas and new approaches, that sometimes take a lot of humility, especially for people who are senior in their fields of work. So when a teammate suggests a different approach, instead of just dismissing it, please consider how it could be improved. Consider their perspective as they were suggesting it. You never know. You could just come out of there with something that really has a positive impact and influence on your work. The fourth thing is learning and iterating. So problem solving is rarely perfect on the first try, because that's just the point. It's a problem, and so you sometimes use mistakes as learning opportunities. When COVID hit, and this is not something we had experienced again in many countries, many economies, being able to come up with solutions, come up with how do we navigate this thing. It was more of a try and error if you think about it. But then using the mistakes and learning from them actually now positions many organizations to be ready for such or maybe comparable situations into the future. So a proposed solution could fail in execution. You came up with an idea, but in implementing it, you realize, maybe the costs are a bit too high, or this is just not going to work for our context, maybe because of even socio-cultural issues of where you are based. Then the next step is usually to just reflect on why the solution is not practicable, and then adjust quickly for the next attempt. Adaptability is about mindset as much as it is about action. It is being comfortable with uncertainty and committed to moving forward regardless of the obstacles that you may be facing. Now ask yourself, as a reflection, can I adjust my approach when things don't go as planned? And do I analyze problems before reacting emotionally? Am I open to new perspectives and willing to revise my solutions? Do I learn from challenges instead of being discouraged? Employers notice these traits because they often determine whether someone can survive through under real-world pressures, which will happen eventually. Even small improvements, just being able to just being aware of it, being aware of I'm a bit reactive, and sometimes I react emotionally to things, or I just I first move before I can really clarify what the challenge was. I am not very open to new ideas. I think if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Being aware of such things actually is a starting point to your journey of growth towards adaptability and being flexible. So to summarize, adaptability and problem solving are not innate. They are practiced skills. These are things you can learn, and they involve staying calm, breaking down challenges into manageable bits, and considering alternative solutions. Also learning from experience. Once you have faced something before, if you manage to go through it, in the future, even though the problem is not identical, there is something that builds off. Most things are manageable, and we can certainly find a way around this problem also. In the next episode, it will be our final episode, by the way, under this series. We will be exploring professionalism and workplace etiquette, and how presenting yourself appropriately can reinforce all the skills we have discussed so far. Thank you for listening to this episode of Soft Skills That Make Work Work. These reflections are part of JEYPENT's ongoing commitment to equipping young professionals with practical and human-centered skills for the workplace. My name is Julia Irongo. See you next time.